Hello class, this is Cindy Garcia and welcome to my week 7 outline presentation for my critical assignment paper for the MPA 580 Legal and Ethical Issues course. So for my critical assignment paper, the government agency I will be focusing on will be on law enforcement, and my paper will cover a series of different issues. To begin with, I'll be talking about ethics and why they are important to law enforcement and what these ethics consist of. In a peer-reviewed article that I got off of the CBU library, they did a survey on chiefs of police throughout the United States regarding ethics training. Most of them expressed that ethics training in law enforcement reinforces the values and expectations of the department and the community. Reading through the analysis, I also read that these ethics training courses are very beneficial throughout the lifespan of the officer's career, but they are only effective if the officer is willing to incorporate these ethics into their daily routine. If they come into these training courses with no intent to learn anything about ethics, the training course will pretty much be a waste of time. With that being said, I'll be providing recommendations on building a strong and purposeful ethics training. In my paper, I'll be going into depth on compliance-based training and value-based ethics training, and how to perform the duties under a compliance-based training while still incorporating the value-based ethics. I'll also be covering the Code of Ethics for law enforcement and why they are important not only to the department, but for the community as well. Some of the ethics theories that I'll be covering in my paper include utilitarianism, virtue, contractarianism, and Rawls' theory of justice. I'll also be incorporating some of the MPA 510 theories that we learned, which include the new public administration and classic management theory, with an emphasis on Frederick Taylor's efficiency approach. And to get a better understanding of how these theories can apply to law enforcement, I'll be discussing ethical dilemmas to include as a theoretical framework. And I plan on talking about whistleblower cases because whistleblowing falls back onto why ethics are important. Most recently, in our office, some of our deputies were encountered with a scenario during an eviction. And when the commander brought it to our sergeant's attention on why the deputies didn't execute the job task, the sergeant's response was because it wasn't ethically right to do so. So I look forward to going more into detail about this scenario in my paper and what happened and why they didn't execute the eviction in that moment. Before I close out my presentation, I just wanted to take a quick moment to kind of point out that I think that having an assignment on peer-reviewed journal articles pertaining to what we're going to be focusing on for our final, and then having to write an annotated bibliography on it is actually really efficient and helpful for us, simply because it begins to prepare us with an analysis on the critical assignment topic, and it begins to give you brainstorming ideas for your paper. So this concludes my presentation. I look forward to listening to everyone else's outline presentations. I hope you guys are having a great week.